Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Talking Gospel. Hope you said your prayers this morning before you got on the bike. Hope your soul is right with God. Hope your soul is right with Christ. Now that we got all that out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this video because basically this is for complete, absolute beginners. So granted, you see my last video, I talked about how to go about it, take the course, how to start slow on a bike, start at a lower CC if possible. But let's say you didn't do all that, right? You didn't take the course, timing not right, or for the lack of funding, you know. I mean, I will hopefully think that you will at least took the course if you can buy a bike. But let's say, heck, a bike was given to you, all right? So a bike was given to you. You ain't got time to take the course. You just want a little bit of basics, right? So this video is for you. So basically what you want to do is you want to size the bike up, right? So when you size the bike up, you pretty much looking at or kind of trying to see like how much the bike weigh, how big is it, you know, compared to your how tall you are. So the first thing you want to do, the bike should be on a kickstand in first gear, and you want to just sit on it, you know. And what you should do is you want to take the bike, you want to straighten out the handlebars. I don't need my gloves right now because I'm not actively riding. So we're going to set that right here. And you want to straighten up the wheel. And once you get straight with that, you know, you want to feel the balance. Keep the kickstand down just in case, because you can always lean to the left and put your weight on it. The kickstand is so good, you can put your feet up. You know, you don't need support. The kickstand is you could trust in it. Just as long as you know your weight is shifted to the left. So you get on the bike, you feel it, you know, see how your feet touch the ground. You know, if you on your tiptoes or maybe only on one leg, that might be a bad sign for you for beginning, because you could lose your balance and you're more likely to drop the bike. So after you felt that, you know, you feel a little bit comfortable with the bike, you know you're not going to drop it. Look, once you lean the bike to a certain angle and you lean it more, the center of gravity is going to change and it's going to be heavier. So you don't want to lean it all the way down and you don't have enough strength to catch it. So now once you get comfortable with that, I want you to kick the kickstand up, and now you're going to feel the bike. You feel the weight of it. You feel how it's, you know, how it want to act. So you're comfortable with that, right? So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change the point of view. All right. So I'm going to go over this one time with this point of view. Then we're going to go on the real point of view, the things that you will be seeing. Left hand, clutch, right? Left hand, clutch. Right hand, throttle, front brake, all right? Only thing that the left hand is doing for now that you weren't about is the clutch. It could do other things, but it's the clutch, right hand, throttle, front brake. Left foot is shifting, so you have the shifter. Your foot, if you're not shifting, you don't need to cover it. You should be on the ball of your feet, your toes. But we're not worried about that right now, right? So left foot is the shifter. Right foot is the back brake. Also too, guys, check out the new key that I got. It's like I bought like a OEM key, like the factory key, and then I bought this piece right here. Bought this off of Amazon, and it screws on, and it came with this nice latch. I think it was a nice little upgrade. Altogether, this key and this latch right here was about like $100. But I ain't tripping though. You know, we do it all for the bike. Make sure you're doing all of this with your gloves on, because it's going to be a totally different feel. So the first thing you want to do is get you a nice pair of gloves. You know, I got these knuckles right here. It's like reinforced knuckles. And because everything is going to feel different, even the shoes that you wear, like you should have on riding boots, but even with riding boots, like for me, I eventually get some, but it's hard it's harder for me to ride in boots as a beginner. When I took the course, I had boots on, and it was really hard to shift gears and extremely hard to hit the back brake with boots on. So we don't need boots right now because we're not going on a road or anything of that nature. So the first thing you want to do, right, is I'm going to change my perspective a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I want to be facing. So this is more advanced, but to move the bike, you just pull the clutch in. That release all of the friction, and you want to just kind of put your hand here, and then you want to push with the kickstand down. Don't push the bike past the gravity, center of gravity, or you're gonna drop it. So more advanced, you could do things more advanced. Like this is just like, again, for absolute beginners. First thing you want to do, right? You want to get on a bike. You want to feel the gas, the throttle, right, with the bike off. Feel that? There's play in the throttle, right? That's by design. All right. You want to turn it as much as you could. That's full throttle. All right. So you see that this is full throttle. Once you get used to that, then you want quarter throttle, half throttle, 3/4 of a throttle, full throttle. You should never be here. All right. See my wrist? You should never be here. You should always be like here. Once you feel the gas, next thing you're going to do, right? You're going to pull the clutch in, right? Then you're going to find neutral. Usually the bike is in first gear. You give a half kick up, neutral. So that means that will let the bike roll, right? And what you're going to do on a bike, you're just going to roll it with your feet. Get on a flat ground, roll it with your feet. What this is doing is this is getting you used to how the bike is feeling when it's rolling, right? You just want to keep rolling in the parking lot like that. You don't want no inclines or no slides and nothing like that so you can fall. And you're going to keep doing this for a little while so that you can get comfortable with it. Here comes a car. I'm not sure what they want. They want to mess with me, something like that. So you want to keep rolling on the bike. That's going to get you used to the balance and how it feels. So don't go crazy, So after you're good with that, you done roll around with it in neutral, put it back in first gear. You're gonna just see that? See my foot? Hopefully you can see my foot. You pull the clutch in, kick it down, right? Now the bike not gonna move nowhere. As long as it's in first gear, the bike not gonna move anywhere. So now you're comfortable with rolling with the bike in neutral. So now you had the bike in neutral, right? All right. Showed you where the clutch was, showed you where the gas is, the brake, everything. We had the bike in neutral. You roll with it in neutral. Now you feel you getting comfortable with rolling the bike. That's the way to the bike because you're gonna have to do that to even go backwards. I'm 5'7", fairly short. This is a Suzuki GSXR 750 K9. I could flat foot this bike, all right? And it also depends on your height, plays a role, but also the height between where your legs and groin area meet to the ground. That's different. Everybody had different leg lengths. Everybody had different torso lengths. So enough of that. But look, guess what? We're not worrying about this at all right now, all right? We're not even going to touch the gas, all right? You don't even need to touch the gas to learn how to ride a bike. Could you believe that? This is what we're going to do, right? This is how you start most bikes, right? Now you got comfortable. You know what everything does. You got the weight of the bike. You done moved it around in neutral without it being on. First thing, how you start a bike, right? Let's do a dry start, all right? All right. Yeah, she's beautiful. I ain't going to hold you. I dropped it, but she's still beautiful. I'm approaching the bike, right? You're going to approach from the kickstand side so you don't drop the bike. Never approach from this side. All right? Handlebar should be turned. All right? That's putting all of the pressure on the kickstand. The bike not going to fall. Grab the handlebar with your left hand. Kick your right foot over, right? Be careful because you can hurt your ankle kicking this if your foot not high enough. All right? Some people need a little off. So You on, keeping the weight to this side. The bike not gonna fall as long as it's on the kickstand. See, both of my feet are up. Bike not gonna fall. So now to start the bike, now straighten the handlebars up, kick the kickstand up. Right? After you kick the kickstand up, the very next thing I want you to do, turn it on. Turn the ignition on, right? You know the ignition is on because lights lighting up right here. Now this, you want to make this pretty quick because the battery is on now. You drain the battery without the bike being on. You engage the power, right? This is just telling like, okay, we definitely want to start the bike. Boom, push the red button, right? Now you're going to pull the clutch in. And then you're going to press the start button right here. This is the engine button, right? Boom, the bike is started, all right? Do not disengage the clutch, okay? Keep holding the clutch. The clutch is the anchor to the bike, right? You're holding the clutch, right? Your hand is on the gas, but you're not using this, all right? You're not using this. You're just holding yourself up. That's why it's play here, just in case you do a little bit of shaking. You're just holding yourself up, right? The first thing I want you to do, as slow as possible, let the clutch out. Look at my hand, all right? Hear the bike changing? After a while, the bike is rolling. That, my friend, is the friction zone. You just found the friction zone. You're going to let that roll, pull the clutch back in. Boom, hit the brake. Stop, all right? If this clutch is disengaged and you stop, the bike will shut off, all right? I'll show you what that look like later, but don't worry about that. Pull the clutch back in. Let's roll back. Do it again. Get comfortable. Find the friction zone. That's the friction zone. Now watch this. You roll with your feet. Roll with your feet. And let it off. Let it off slowly. Look at the clutch. Look at the clutch. The bike will stay on, right? Make sure we don't hit these trucks. Look, I'm not giving it gas. I just learned how to ride a bike without even worrying about the gas. You learn the clutch first, not the gas. You learn the clutch first, not the gas. I'm in what you would call the friction zone. If you look at my bike, I'm going 7 miles, 7 miles per hour. That's what my bike does in the friction zone, all right? You learn how you need to worry about anything else, right? That's it. Master this friction zone, all right? Oh shoot. This is scary. All right, I'm a beginner. This is scary, all right? I'm just pretending. This is scary. I want to stop now. To stop, simply pull the clutch in, right? That's like a quick button for neutral. Hit the brake. Stop. Do not disengage the clutch, all right? The clutch is what's keeping the bike on, all right? Right? So now, I can let go of the brake because I'm not going to roll. I'm good on that. Then I want to do it again. Disengage the clutch. Bike is rolling, right? Just because it's rolling, don't just pop it up yet. Just keep letting it go slowly. That's the friction zone. My bike is rolling. You just learned how to ride a bike, all right? You're riding the bike. You're on it. Your feet is up, all right? You're on the pegs. Your toes should be on the ball of the peg. See that? All right? Your feet is up. And boom, you're rolling. Now, this is where the gas come in at. Remember that quarter throttle, half throttle, 3/4, full throttle? We only gonna roll on the throttle about 1/8, all right? Get past the play zone. See, this is dead. This not doing nothing. That's by design, all right? You're gonna roll on just a little bit. Let's get past this turn first. And you're gonna give it gas. See that? I'm in a parking lot, so I'm going to go around 15, 20. This is a pretty long parking lot. Giving it gas. We're not worrying about shifting at all right? We're not shifting right now. We're not there yet. All right? All right? Now I want to turn around. You can close the throttle. Close the throttle. The bike not going to turn off because you're letting it roll. Right? You're letting it roll. I'm not applying brake. Right? I'm going to give it some more gas. Right? Boom. You're going to get up to speed, right? Shoot, I want to slow down. I want to slow down immediately. As soon as that thought into your head, pull the clutch, hit the front brake, hit the back brake. All right, slow down. You come to a stop. Keep the clutch engaged. Don't let go of the clutch. From the moment you pull the clutch that you want to stop, you're not letting go of that again until you want to go, okay? Now I want to go. Finding the friction zone. Now, mind you, the more comfortable you get, this is going to happen faster, right? I'm going to show you a normal speed of clutch release, all right? That I only got to go that slow because I'm not giving it gas, all right? I don't need gas. You don't need gas right now. We're in the parking lot. Maybe we're in the neighborhood, and we good, all right? So let's skip that part, right? We good on that, right? All right? I want to stop. I pull the clutch in, hit the brake. We good on that, right? Okay. If not, replay that part. Again, this is Talking Gospel. I'm here to help beginners because I started as a beginner. This is some things that I wish people would have showed me or taught me from the beginning, or some things that I knew before going into the MSF course. So granted, you decide to skip the course, which I don't recommend. You got a bike somehow and you just want to learn how to ride, follow these steps. Now, what we want to do is we want to learn how to shift, all right? We done got comfortable with the friction zone. We done got comfortable with pulling the clutch in and stop, hitting the brake. Now we want to shift. How do you do that? Shoot. You rinse and repeat. You do the same thing. You just add your left foot in now, right? So now, let's say we found the friction zone. We're rolling. We rolled on the gas. We're rolling, right? Boom. We're rolling, right? We're riding. We want to shift. You're going to let go of the gas. You're going to close the throttle. Pull the clutch in, and you're going to kick up a hard press. Boom. See second gear right there? You're in second gear. Same thing. Release off the clutch. You're building upon the foundation. Release off the clutch. Give it gas. All right? So we're going to see how that looks in real life. All right? Let's go back to first. So boom. We're releasing the clutch. We're not even worrying about gas. Right? We don't got to give it gas. As long as you release the clutch right. Give it gas. All right? Now we up to speed. We want to shift. Clutch in. Well, yeah. Clutch in. Let go of the throttle. Shift up. Clutch out. Gas. All right? I kind of said that backwards in the beginning. All right? You want to hit the clutch first. All right? You want to shift up again. Clutch in. Close throttle. Hard press up. Clutch out. Gas. All right? All right? All right? So we rolling. We want to downshift. Same thing. You're not changing nothing. Clutch in. Off the gas. Down. Clutch out. Gas. Downshift again. Off the throttle. Clutch in. Any order. Down. Clutch out. Gas. All right? Now, if we turn in, we want to stop. No front brake here. Only back brake. Only back brake. Because we turn in. Only back brake. Now, this is what happens when you stop without the clutch, all right? My hand is off the clutch. I'm stopping, right? The bike stalls because the bike, it wants to keep rolling. So, don't panic. The bike just stalled. We didn't pull the clutch in. You at the light. You're in the middle of the road. Oh, shoot. What do I do? Don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. You're good. Nothing's going to happen. Just simply pull the clutch in. Start the bike right here. We did all the steps already. Boom. It'll start right back up. Right? It'll start right back up. Right? That's what happens. Now, what happens if we're in a high gear and we're going slow, right? All right, let's kick up. Boom. Let's kick up. Boom. Third gear. Let's kick up. Fourth gear. Now you see how the bike is like, it doesn't like this. It's stuttering because you're not going fast enough, right? All right? So what happens if we let's turn around. So what happens if we come to a light in fourth gear? We're making a quick stop. We come to a light. Let's see. All right, we got to hit this truck. Oh, shoot. We come to a light. We stop. We pull the front brake in. Pull the brake. All right? We stop. All right? Simply, you could downshift all the way from a stop. All right? Boom. We're in first. All good. Let the clutch out. Give it gas at the same time. All right? Now we giving it gas now. Now we ready for clutch and gas at the same time. All right? How you do that? All right. Quickly finding the friction zone. I'm getting this play out. All right. I passed the play. All right. I want to be where I feel it's resistance. That's where it's going to give gas if I pull it more. So look at my hand. Right. This is the play. Let's get the play out. And boom, give it gas. That's what you want to be doing. All right. Right here. Like that. So you're going to do it at the same time. All right. Look at my hands. Right. Look at my hands. This is from a stop position. Look at my hands. And you want to get smooth with that, all right? This is what it's going to look like in real life, all right? When you at a stoplight, you want to go? See that? You want to get pretty quick with that, all right? Smooth and quick, all right? Go your own speed. Ride your own ride. Look, smooth and quick. All right? You don't want to be doing this at a light. All right? You could, but if you're doing that, you're not ready. You need to stay inside of the parking lot, all right? All right, you want to do that in real speed, all right? So again, all right, I want to come to a stop. I forget to engage the clutch, right? I forget to engage the clutch. I want to come to a stop. The bike will turn off, all right? Don't panic. Pull the clutch in, hit the gas, right? Now, my friend, you just learned how to ride a bike. That is it. The more and more you do that, the more comfortable you get. So you should be shifting pretty quick. See that? Know what I mean? Downshift. Downshift. Gas. Downshift. First gear. You know? Parking lot like this is real nice because it's you're good. You know? Shift. 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 See my hands? Shift. 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 And notice when you downshift and the throttle is closed, that's what you call engine braking. The engine is braking by itself, right? So let's say you want to do an emergency stop. The course is going to teach you to pull the clutch in, pull the brake as hard as you could. Well, you know, gradually apply pressure. Gradually. Don't just, you might do a stoppie. Apply pressure, apply back brake at the same time, all right? You'll be good.